Alright. Shalom, shalom, yashar. Yashar. Uh-oh. Alright. So, this is your boy, Kudash. You know what it is. Haven't been on YouTube in a while. I apologize to everyone. Just been taking care of a lot of stuff, man, you know. Just had a newborn. I have a young son as well. He's still a year old. My daughter is barely a month now. So, if we were back in the day, be paying tithes now. So anyway, we, just a bunch of stuff, man. Not only that, but just personal stuff going down, just everything, just life. I guess you could say it was a time. There's a time for everything, So it was my time to step back for a minute, and not necessarily step back, just kind of like shift gears, I guess, go focus on some personal things, take care of a few other things, get some studying done, some personal time done, and then now's the time to get back on it, because actually been seeing a lot of bullshit lately. Sorry if I'm not like all super energetic and all up and at 'em, like I usually am, but pretty tired. Little one was not like my son. My son slept through the night. My son never really made much noise until now. Now he talks his face off, but my daughter's complete opposite. She just does not shut up at all. And they're both asleep actually during the day. Wow. Actually both napping. So hopefully I can get this out before they wake up and all hell breaks loose. So anyway, so like I said, sorry, I'm going to try to come out with videos more often now. Things are starting to calm down. Hopefully, I know I've said that a couple of times already, but that's the life of that you lead, you know what I mean? When you're being the suffering servant, I'm sure all of us know, all the Akyam, Shalom to all the Akyam, Wa'akwath, all the brothers and sisters, man, that, take up that suffering servant mantle, Oh yes, and Kahala Yahweh Zaba'awatakad, which is all praise to Yahweh, Master of Legions, who is one, not two, not three, 4, 5, only one. Okay, so anyways, like I said, I felt like I had to. I've been trying. I'm sorry. I've literally had this lesson written down for like days now. I just have not been able to freaking record worth of crap. But now I finally got some time. So I'm going to pump it out within an hour because I got to do some videos. It's high def. So actually I'm going to try to kick it up a notch, trying to pump myself up, Pray to Yahweh that he strengthens my spirit. So anyways, been seeing a lot of dumb shit online. Oh my God, because I've been doing that. I've been, watching, of course. We all watch. I've been watching what's been going down in Yasharal lately, man, amongst the congregation, and I'm gonna just be straightforward, dude, and I don't really care. It's some bullshit, some fucking bullshit, and so it's like I feel like it's funny. I don't know if y'all have been seeing Lexwell shit lately. I feel like I have to do a little announcement thing, like this little forewarning, like he does with the videos, I will be doing this, I will be so-called cursing, I will be doing this, I will be doing that, so just chill the fuck out, because either way we're bringing out information. So I don't know, it's just pretty funny that he does that now. It's like a little disclaimer. But anyway, so excuse me. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this out there for everybody so everybody can actually see some, actual scriptures and actual truth and not just a bunch of bullshit. So anyway, I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible without talking as much shit as possible. But You know, I'm sorry, but it's just, you know, it's freaking stupid. Anyway, so first on the fucking list, alright, get that out of the way. Alright, let's bust out the tablet. Sorry, y'all, but, you know, don't have a computer, like I've said numerous freaking times, but, you know, nobody likes to listen to that. Nobody likes to, like, heed what I say. But anyway, so we're going ghetto style with the tablet. Alright, these are my subscriptions. Alright, these are my peoples that I watchmen, you know, all kinds of different shit. Okay, so first on the hit list is, GMS, right? Now, I've seen some freaking crap from these guys. And these guys, you know, addressing these guys pretty much addresses the rest of the camps because they're all the same. You know, so don't get offended, GMS. Because, well, really, I really don't give a shit. But I'm just like saying don't get all butthurt because, you know, this is going out to everybody pretty much. Cut on myself too. Like I guess I should just like force myself to just plow through it. But you know what I mean? I just don't want to do a video like all freaking falling asleep and shit, like all super tired and mess up or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to like bring a pure offering to the table instead of crap. Because that's all I've been seeing people bring to the bronze altar. I've just been seeing crap. So, you know, sending everybody away now. Okay, so everybody needs to come with better shit. GMS. Okay, so first off, they've blasphemed. They talk shit about the shield. I've been hearing that they cast off the shield, right? They now talk shit about the Magan Dawad, right? Which is the shield of David. Now, let's see. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this on another lesson just to save time because like my I've been having so much technical difficulties which has held me up as well, you know. I have this piece of shit charger, you know, this cord that I use to charge my shit. And, you know, as you see, it's taped up and falling apart. And for some freaking reason, this is the only damn cable that will charge this stupid fucking tablet, okay? So I'm having to, like, struggle with this shit. You know, I don't know. And it's not charging. It's not wanting to charge my shit lately. So I have, like, a full battery right now. So I'm just going to try to plow through the videos. And then maybe I'll just come back and do another Rebuke. I was going to break down. I have Amos. I've had this broken down for like, I don't even know how long already. And been wanting to bring it out. In fact, you could probably hear me in my old videos. Amos 5 and 26, man. That everybody tries to go to say that the shield is the star of Moloch. And I totally broke that down and show that it's actually talking about Jesus. Anyways. Or your Yahushai, or Yeshaya, or freaking Yeshua, Yishi, Washa, Dudu, Dubu, Pupu, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, so, but yeah, so I don't want to ever hear anybody try to use that excuse ever again, the Amos one, because that's just lazy. That's just being lazy. Anyway, so we're just going to skip over that. But anyway, GMS is fucking stupid. Because the shield is a part of the temple as well, which you've got other idiots teaching that the shield's a fucking cube, which is retarded. But anyway, so we're gonna get that later. Well, I want to get GMS first, and then we're hitting sicarii sit downs, and then we're gonna go hit up, you know who. But anyways, so let's get down. Okay, we're gonna start off with GMS. Apostles Open Forum number 16, right?
Hey, to that wicked organization of yours. Shalom.
That's right. We got the Shalak right him, your ass. Nigga, 400, like, by the time I watched it. I watched the video. Basically, the Passover for IUIC, that's like a $500. If you, your woman, and you got a kid, it comes up to about $500, $550, man.
Okay, so now GMS is talking shit about Nate, of course, IUIC. because that's who I like to spend most of their time on. Excuse me if I sound funny, Salak. I having the worst allergy problems ever. Asthma, allergies, it's the worst. But anyway, plowing through it, trying to get this out to you guys. But anyway, so these guys are talking shit about Nate and the Passover. Do you hear that? $500. They say it's $500 to attend the Passover because I guess you have to have specific garments, like as you saw.
For the
like, there's that.
If your woman, and you got a kid, it comes up to about $500, $550 for the Passover, man. Because for your garment, then your woman's garment, then your child's garment. You know what I'm saying? $550, man. All together. Yeah, that's the whole Passover fee. You picked up where Lahab left off, man.
Hold up.
$550. $550 for a damn Passover, for a freaking dinner, dude, that you're not even supposed to have right now? Like, what the hell? What the hell's going on with people? Wearing specific garments and shit? The hell? The only thing you're supposed to have is your staff in your hand and your damn shoes on your feet. Like, what is going on? What the fuck? This is madness.
Passover, although we gather together with the brethren, but this Passover we having, you know, if we still here, we're gonna have these little small Passovers, man. All right.
Hey, well, that's the way it was. Realistically, this is like the second exodus out of Egypt. So in a way, that's very spiritual because when we was in Egypt that night before we were released, that's how it was. It wasn't no big. We didn't all get.
Okay, so now they're trying to go to the to damn the Exodus to try to justify their little, feast, which granted that happened in the Exodus. Everybody was in their houses. We sacrificed the lamb. They put the blood of the lamb on the doorpost, around the door, which is sealing, which is, same thing as the high priest's head plate. And so, the katham. And so, these guys are trying to use that, which, it wasn't held like that afterwards, after that day. And we're going to get the scriptures for that. But so these guys are trying to justify that the Exodus, that this is Exodus number 2. And granted, I totally believe that this is going to be, this is Exodus number 2. It says, like, I'm going to plead with you like I played with your forefathers when I led them out of Egypt. All right? I mean, it's going to be like it, but then it's going to be, like, different. You know what I mean? At the same time, as in it says that we're no longer going to be like, oh, well, remember when Yahweh brought up the children of Yasharal out of Mitzrayim? And they're going to be like, no, like, we're not going to say that anymore. We're going to be like, oh, remember when Yahweh brought up the children of Yasharal up out of, the lands of the north, Babylon. Remember the total redemption of our people. You know what I'm saying? That's, what's going to be said. That's how it is. But it is going to be somewhat like the Exodus. But we're not going to have another fucking Passover lamb dinner fucking shit, dude. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to, like, call it that or whatever. I don't mean to, talk like that with the holy convocations. But I'm talking about theirs, like their piece of shit, because they're always like, oh, we don't slaughter lamb dinner. These motherfuckers, yes, it is, dude. You guys you're not even supposed to do this. You're supposed to be in Jerusalem. You're supposed to be in Jerusalem. In fact, let's get some damn precepts on this shit. All right, so these dudes is fucking having damn Passover, okay? And all these fucking clowns do this shit. All right, so now we're going to go to Deuteronomy. We're going to start off in Deuteronomy. Let's get some Torah on this and see what's going down. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 16:16. Numbers, Deuteronomy. All right. What does it say? Yep, let's get some focus. Wah! 3 times a year, all your males should appear before Yahweh, your power, in the place that he will choose on the festival of Matzos, the festival of Shuvos, and the festival of Sukkos, which, it's Shakath. It's the feast of unleavened bread. You know what I mean? Feast of first fruits. He shall not appear before Yahweh empty-handed. Everyone according to what he can give, according to the blessing that Yahweh your power gives you. So 3 times come to Jerusalem with offerings. Okay? 3 times a fucking year, dude. 3 times a year. So for the 3 feasts, you're supposed to appear before Yahweh. Okay? before Yahweh in Jerusalem 3 times a year for the feast. Obviously, we can't do that. I understand that. I understand that more than most. But I'm just saying, you know, if you're going to do it, that's what you have to do. And we can't do that. So you can't do that. That's why Yahweh says in Isaiah that he doesn't like our fucking feasts, man. He's pissed. Because look, check it out. Let's go back to Exodus 23 and 14. Let's get a better understanding on this, since I know people are slow and stuff. Alright. So we're going to go 23 and 14. Alright. 3 pilgrimage festivals shall you celebrate for me during the year. You shall observe the festival of matzos. 7 days shall you eat matzos, as I have commanded you, at the appointed time of the month of springtime. Okay, so this is like the Passover / Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay? For in it you left Egypt. You shall not be seen before me empty-handed. So you have to show up with something, okay? And the festival of the harvest of the first fruits of your labor that you sow in the field, and the festivals of the ingathering at the close of the year, when you gather in your work from the field. 3 times during the year your menfolk, all your men, appear before Adonai Yahweh, man. Right? This is 3 times a year, okay? For the 3 main, festivals. They call them the 3 pilgrimage festivals, okay? Be as pilgrims upon the earth, right? Isn't that what, 2nd Ezra says? That's part of that. You're supposed to go to Jerusalem for that. Okay, so anyways, let's get another one. Let's go to Exodus 34 and 23. All right. Look at this. 3 times a year shall your males appear before Adonai Yahweh, the power of Yasharal, for I shall banish nations before you and broaden your boundary. No man shall covet your land when you go up to appear before Yahweh your power 3 times a year. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to expand your border like he said he would, you know what I'm saying, from the river of Egypt to the river Euphrates, you know what I'm saying? Everybody should know our borders of our land, right? Well, wait, no. Then you got idiots like Lunar who says that fucking Jerusalem is in Barcelona, Spain. And Judah was just all down for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, see that kind of fucking bullshit? Like, that's retarded. This is why we have to, like, go over basics again. Because this is madness. So anyway, no, you're supposed to from the land, okay, for I shall banish nations before you and broaden your boundary. He did that before, but he didn't get rid of all the Canaanites, remember, because he was testing us. And it says what? But then we're going to go back to the land. He's going to broaden our boundary. No man will covet your land when you go up to appear before Yahweh your power 3 times a year. So when you go to Jerusalem 3 times a year, no one's going to covet no one's going to go and like steal your land. You know what I'm saying? No one's going to go and like jack your shit or something. You know what I mean? So he's saying, don't worry about it, but everyone has to come to me 3 times a year. Okay. And let's actually get that in the Psalms as well. Psalms 122. Let's get it. Psalms 122, 3 and 4. So what does it say? Let's just get it at one. Song of Ascents by Dawad. I rejoiced when they said to me, let us go to the house of Yahweh. Our feet stood firm within your gates, O Yerushalayim, or Jerusalem. The built up Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, is like a city that is united together. For there the tribes ascended, the tribes of the Most High, a testimony for Yasharal, to give thanks to the name of Yahweh. For there sat thrones of judgment, thrones for the house of Dawad. Right? So check it out, man. The throne of Dawad, man. That's why Dawad's the prince, dude. You know? That's why he's the Shar. That's why he's the choice. He's the anointed. But y'all motherfuckers want to take half the time that's talking about David and spin it for Christ, man. What's wrong with you? Or HaMashiach, should I say, because y'all get pissed and start freaking doing semantics with wordplay and shit. Anyways, look, that's where the tribes ascend. The built-up Jerusalem is like a city, and this is what's happening spiritually now, you know? We're building up Jerusalem, spiritual Jerusalem, so that people could ascend up there and worship Yahweh in the temple tabernacle knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? The temple knowledge. Okay, Ezekiel 43, 10 through 12, right? Learn the temple. This is the third temple. Go learn the wilderness tabernacle, then Solomon's, then the third one, then Ezekiel's, right? And then you'll have an understanding. What are the Commissions always say? The understanding of self. Understand yourself. Yeah, well, you have to understand the holy things, actually. You got to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, You got to, first you got to be humble. Then it's the fear. Then it's the knowledge. Then it's the wisdom. Then it's the understanding. And then you have to also be ashamed in order to learn the temple knowledge. So, it's a process, man. But anyways, that's where we ascend. We all ascend to Jerusalem, right? That's what you're supposed to do. In fact, let's go get an example of that. 1 Samuel 1 and 3. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can so that we can get everything, because I had to do it in high def, in a higher quality, because it wasn't picking up on the low quality that I usually film in to upload it fast. So I got to squeeze everything in an hour and a half, basically. Okay, so this is the birth of Samuel. We all should know what this is. Okay, this man would ascend. Okay, who is this? It's from Mount Ephraim, whose name was Elkanah. Okay, so Elkanah, right, from the land of Ephraim. Right, what does it say? Let's go down. This man would ascend from his city from year to year to prostrate himself and to bring offerings to Yahweh Zaba'awat in Shiloh, where the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were Kahanyam to Yahweh. Okay, so the two sons, right, of Eli, right, they were ministering at Shiloh, which was where Yahweh put his name at the first. Because that's what he told us when we came up out of Exodus. Okay, so yeah, you guys are going to keep the feast of, the three pilgrimage feasts. You're going to keep them like this until we get to the land, until Yahweh establishes his name somewhere. And then you're going to do it there. So that's how it had to be. It had to be at Shiloh first. And then Shiloh got forsaken and it went to Jerusalem. So then everyone had to go to Jerusalem. We all have to gather around the temple tabernacle. I've shown that before. Salak, I was studying with Brother Yohanathan at his house, and I accidentally left my temple drawings at his house. But it's cool. Hopefully he's copying them, because that's what he had to do that still. But anyways, so I have one of my temple drawings with me. It's kind of it's kind of a bootleg one, I guess, but it's better than nothing. But it's not the one I want. But everyone's seen me do it before. Everyone's shown see it up. Sorry, I know everyone's probably gonna make fun of me or whatever. But here's my temple man. The bootleg one that I carry, my emergency one. I'm still making copies and stuff and all that crap. Anyways, it's just rough time, alright? But anyways, everyone knows that you're supposed to face whatever direction. Go to 1 Kings, the 8th chapter, and see that we're supposed to pray towards Yerushalayim, to pray towards the temple where he put his name, to give offerings in his name, to his name, praise his name, name, okay? Yahweh, okay? Yahweh. I know everybody loves Yah so much, and I know, and it's the name. Yes, I know. David used Yah, yeah, I know. He used Yahweh a lot more than he used Yah, right? I'll go over it in a minute. But anyways, because I've been accused falsely of blasphemy, which is bullshit. False prof. Fucking bearing false witness. Again, Judas. But anyways, so we got the ascent, And also, okay, so we can also go to 1 Chronicles 8 and 13. Hopefully this picks up a little more. Wait. No, I must have wrote that. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong Chronicles slot. It's wait, that's not right. Okay, yeah, here we go. Let's just get 12. At that time, Solomon brought up burnt offerings to Yahweh upon the altar of Yahweh that he had built for the hall, as well as what was required for each day on its day to offer in accordance with the commandment of Masha, okay, for Shabbats and for new moons or new months, and for the appointed festivals 3 times a year, the festivals of Matzavos, the festivals of Shuvos, and the festivals of Sukkos. I'm just reading it as it is. But anyways, so I don't want anybody to bitch at me for Yiddish. I'm just trying to save time here. Anyways, moons. Okay, so there's the three times a year. 3 times a year, man. You gotta go up 3 times a year. None of you are going up to Jerusalem 3 times a year, so I don't know what the hell any of you guys are doing the feast days. This is why he's freaking pissed off, man. Have you not read Isaiah? This is why. See, and then because you guys lack understanding and you don't teach the shit right, then because of that, you got all the Christians are able to run around and be like, oh, see, this is why Christ did away with all the sacrifices and all this shit, okay? This is freaking ridiculous. Okay. What does it say? This is for Isaiah 1:13. Bring your worthless meal offering no longer. It is the incense of abomination to me. Okay? The incense of abomination. As for the new moons, or the new months, it's actually month, and Shabbats, and your callings of convocations, I cannot abide mendacity with solemn assembly. And mendacity is I will call. And this is actually a good example actually right now to show you that like I've been saying, the was and the yas are interchangeable. Because you will not find I will call, you'll be sitting there all day looking for it. I will call in the dictionary. You cannot find that. I will call. It's actually ayaka. It's and then yakal, but the way it's because he's saying I cannot abide. I can't abide. I can't stand it. Watch, I'll show you. Okay, so let's go, for example, like I said, you can't find awakal, so let's go to yakal, because just means I, you know what I mean? Like haya, like I will be. Okay, so let's go to yakal. Alright. Show you guys how to use the damn dictionary, right? Because I don't think anybody knows how to use the damn dictionary. A concordance. Okay, so we got yakal. Yakal and yakawa. Okay, was it prime root to be able? Literally can, could, or may, might, could, able, cannot, prevail, may, can, canst, endure, might, miscellaneous. Okay? It means to prevail, to endure, okay? To be able to. Look, to be able, okay? It could also be yakayal. So it can be yakayal or yakawa or wakal when it's personal. So it's to be able to, right? To prevail, to be able to, right? But what does it say before in the Hebrew? What does it say? I cannot. He cannot. No. No, I am not able to. So basically this la awakal means not able to. I am able to bear a one. All right. Let's get a one for everybody. Where's the wow? Come on. Alright. Oh, is that? No, that's Azan. Hold on. That was the wall, sorry. See, nothingness. Idol. It's an idol. It's the same thing as on. Idolatry. I cannot bear. I cannot achieve. I cannot muster the strength. That's what he's saying. I cannot bear. I cannot endure your idolatry. Or your feasts, you know, or your assembly, your solemn assembly, you're assembling, which is that's what you're doing. You're assembling under an idol, under Awan. You're under On. You're still under Egypt, man. You're in Matzrayim. You're at the freaking bottom of the damn temple still, man. You know what I'm saying? You're still in the Alam. You're still at the altar of sacrifice at the Alam, trying to burn nasty ass fucking dogs and shit. All right, look at that. Let's see, where's it at? Oh, where we lose my spot? Okay, so I am not able to bear. Awakal, see? So wa and ya are interchangeable, like I said. So anyways, la, awakal, awan, I cannot, not, I can bear, so I cannot bear, or I cannot endure, I cannot strength, I cannot be around, you know, he can't bear our idolatry, man. He can't deal with that shit. He can't deal with our Kadash. Right, with our months or our Shabbats, or our callings of callings, right? Your callings of the convocations, you know, your callings of assemblies and shit, man. Which is what all you guys do with your damn Passover feasts and this feast and that feast, which GMS and sicarii both go off of damn crazy ass lunar calendar bullshit, which we were not supposed to do. And this is why these motherfuckers is having Passover in February and shit. Madness, man. They just had the Feast of Tabernacles already, you know what I mean? Like, what? That's not even, like, nah, bro. You guys are, like, way off, man. You guys are way off. Anyways, so that's the Passover stuff. That's why he's mad. That's why he says, I can't do it. I have no mendacity. I'm not able to bear the idolatry with your solemn assemblies, man. You know, I cannot abide your idolatry. My soul detests your new months and your appointed times. They have become a burden upon me. I am weary of bearing them. So he's weary of that shit, man. He don't like it. And you guys just keep doing that, man. It says, when you spread your hands in prayer, right? I will hide my eyes from you, even if you were to intensify your prayer. I will not listen. Your hands are replete with blood. So you guys are just dripping in blood, man. All y'all guys are just bloody men, right? What did Masha's wife call him? A bloody man, right? But that's what you guys are. You guys are the bloody men. And what? These are some precepts. Chapter 59 and 3 in Proverbs 1, 23 and 20 through 28. Even if you intensify your prayers, man, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. In fact, let's get to 59 and 3 since we're already here. Let's see. Oh, so see, and then this is even okay. So I'm just gonna. Okay, well, we'll go back to that. Check it. Oh. All right, what does it say? We'll just read verse 1. Surely, this is chapter 59 of Isaiah. Surely the hand of Yahweh is not short, preventing him from saving, nor is his ear heavy, preventing him from hearing. So why do you think you need this intercessor, this Messiah or some shit to come and present things for you and to do things for you when you have to go through him because Yahweh isn't listening to us anymore and blah, 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 and that you think he needs someone at his right hand to help deliver and stuff. That's nonsense. It says, rather, your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your transgressions have caused him to hide his countenance from you, from hearing you. So he's actually not listening to you, even if you intensify your prayers, right? For your palms are stained with blood and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips speak falsehood and your tongues utter wickedness. No one calls out in righteousness and no one is judged truthfully. Trusting in emptiness and speaking vanity, conceiving wrongdoing and giving birth to wickedness. And that goes to all y'all motherfuckers, man. Calling me heathens and shit, calling me a heathen, man. You guys are still on that. Even Judas just started bringing that shit up now, talking about how I'm not an Israelite. Really? Is this gonna stop? Just stop, dude. Like, why? Why? I'm not a fucking Edomite, obviously. Fucking, like, what, dude? What? Like, I'm not a fucking Canaanite. I'm not a fucking whatever, dude. You guys try to say, nah, man. Nah. When I didn't have locks, I had a fucking afro. What are the damn commissions call it? The 9 ether hair, whatever. What does Lex will say? The springy hair, the curly ass hair fro? Yeah, well, I have one. My son has an afro. Like, what, dude? I have a full ass beard. I'm not fucking white. Like, what, dude? What? I don't understand. But that's what happens. You don't judge truthfully. This is what happens, man. This is what happens when you have wicked ass people as our so-called leaders and shit. So anyways, okay, we took care of all that. Okay, we're going to go back now. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go back over here and get the rest of this scripture. What does it say? Wash yourselves, purify yourselves, remove the evil of your deeds from before my eyes. Cease doing evil, So, we pray that you guys do that, but shit. Learn to do good, seek justice, vindicate the victim, render justice to the orphan, take up the grievance of the widow. And Brother Yuanathan can attest. I've been doing all that, man. His mom's his widow, and he's an orphan now. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys do? You guys don't do shit. I don't even know why you got, man. Come now, let us reason together, says Yahweh. If your sins are like scarlet, they will become white as snow, or pure, which is the snowflake comes in the shield form. The six-pointed, which you guys call a hexagram. If they have become red as crimson, they will become white as wool. If you are willing and obey, you will eat the goodness of the land. But if you refuse and rebel, you will be devoured by the sword, for the mouth of Yahweh has spoken. So either you're going to eat, and you're going to eat. Either way, you're going to eat it. Either way, you're going to eat it. It's either going to kill you, or it's going to heal you. But either way, you're going to eat it. So, we got that. All you have to do is just turn to Yahweh, man. But what? You guys are fucking harlots. Alright, so let's go back to this whack-ass shit. Because they say some other whack-ass shit that just, has to be stopped out. I might have to do a part 2, man. It's kind of leading on a little long, but, whatever.
Together in some big banquet hall in Goshen. Everybody was in their homes. Each Israelite family was in their homes, little small. So it was a group of small Passovers happening. That's how it was. Wherever Moses was, he was in his house with his woman and family, Aaron, and all the other Israelites. And the proof on that is when you go back to the scripture, the blood poles had to go over each family's door, so that the angel of death, which was a Yahweh Shai, would pass over that door.
Oh, there it was. Did you hear it?
And no, that's the home of it.
Get it again.
He was in his house with his woman and family, Aaron, and all the other Israelites. And the proof on that is when you go back to the scripture, the blood poles had to go over each family's door, so that the angel of death, which was a Yahweh Shai, would pass over that door. And no, that's the home of an Israelite.
So now, Yahweh Shai is the angel of death. No. Okay, so we're going to go real quick to the Book of Jubilees. Everybody can yell at me all they want about that, but I don't care. It's in the Dead Sea Scrolls, so you could go ahead and try to talk against the Dead Sea Scrolls and see what happens to you. Prophesied of man, Joel 2:23, break it down in the Hebrew. Anyways, we're going to go to 49, chapter 49, 46, 47, 49, and we're going to see who the angel of death really was. What is this? 102? I don't think I annotated this yet. Wait. Hold on, Slack. Hold on. I haven't learned how to navigate this bad boy just yet. Okay. I just got this one in. I was reading off of, I have the PDF copy of the one from Oxford. So I was reading off that, but... okay. But I just got this in from the same author, same Oxford, 45 and 2. Hold on. I think I marked this down right. Hold on, Slack. I'm trying to find, when they leave out of Egypt, it tells you that basically Satan is the angel of death. Ah, shit. Hold on. Slack. Oh, here we go. Alright. It says, for on the night the beginning of the festival and the beginning of joy. You were eating the Passover in Egypt, when all the powers of Mastama had been let loose to slay all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh to the firstborn of the captive maidservant, in the mill to the cattle. All right, so that's what it was, when all the powers of Mastama had been let loose to slay all the firstborn. So basically, Hashatan, which, because Hashatan is a title, right? So Mastama, which is Satan, Hashatan, the Satan. He was him and the fallen, the spirits that he's given of the demons, you know what I'm saying, so-called demons, so-called evil spirits, which you could read in Anak, like I said, which is found amongst the Dead Sea Scrolls. So I don't even want to hear it. Like I said, if you got a problem with the Dead Sea Scrolls, then let's talk about it. But besides that, I have videos, I've explained it before and all this stuff. So if you guys still have problems with Jubilees and Enoch and the Dead Sea Scrolls, then y'all motherfuckers is behind. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, so that's, Yahushua is not no fucking angel of death, dude. Satan is. But anyways, it's because you guys made a covenant with Satan. That's why he is, you know why he is your Hamashiach, you know? He is Satan. That just shows you he's actually Satan. Jesus is Satan. Okay, so, and we're gonna go to your own damn book, to show that your shit's all fucked up. So, right here, in Hebrews 1 and 2, it says that he spoke to us in these last days by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom he made the worlds. Right? What does it say? Being made so much better than the angels, and by inheritance attained a more excellent name than they. For unto which angel had he said at any time, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee? And again, I will be unto him a father, and he shall be unto me a son. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he saith, And let all the angels of God worship him. All right? Which is fucking nonsense. But anyways, see, look, and all the angels he says, who maketh his spirits, his angels spirits, and his ministers a flame of fire. So they're telling you that Jesus is not a damn angel. Jesus is not an angel. So how could you say he's the angel of death? How can he be an angel when your own book of Hebrews says he's not a damn angel? But unto the Son he saith, Thy throne of God is forever, ever, scepter of your kingdom, blah, 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 blah. All right? Like, seriously, look, check it out. See, look, but to which of the angels has he said on any time, Sit on my right hand, and I will make thine enemies thy footstool? Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister unto them who shall be heirs of salvation? So they're all ministering spirits. So he's saying that all the angels are ministering spirits, and Jesus isn't a ministering spirit because Jesus got ministered to according to your damn Matthew, the 4th chapter, when he got tempted by Satan, right? When he got tempted by himself because he is Satan. This is freaking nonsense, man. Like, where the hell are you guys getting this shit? See, thou madest him a little lower than the angels. Thou hast crowned him with glory and honor, and did set him over the works of thine hand. Thou hast put all things on subjection under his feet. So that's everything, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys, he's not an angel. He's not even in your book. Not even in your book. It says he is not a freaking angel. He's not an angel. I don't know where everybody keeps getting this damn freaking angels can be humans shit. Where do you guys get that from? Where do you guys get that from? Where? I mean, I know where. I know the sources. This is rhetorical, obviously. I know all these questions. But I'm just saying, like, to you guys, like, where? Where the fuck are you personally getting it from? I want to know. I personally want to know where the hell you're getting the fact that your Jesus first he's the Word, and he created all the angels, right? But then he is an angel, but then he was Adam, and then he was Solomon. Or Isaac, right? He was Isaac too, right? Isn't that what you say? Or who do you say he is? Yeah, right? Right? Is that what you guys say? because you guys go to this damn you reincarnation retards. This is how I don't know how Judas like puts up with fucking sicarii sit downs and shit and like boasts them up and shit. These motherfuckers believe in reincarnation. Like, what kind of fucking dumb shit is that? Like, come on, man. Hindus? You're hyping up Hindus? Get the fuck out of here, man. Look, because they say, look, that he was the son of David, which is Solomon, and the son of Abraham, which is Isaac. Okay, so that's who they say that Jesus was. We're about to hit it. Well, hopefully, if we could get this in time, Sicarii says that that's who Jesus was, man. That Jesus was, that he messed up as Solomon, and that's why he had to come and suffer as Jesus. You know, this is fucking nonsense, man. Number 2 swordsman? What? The fuck out of here, man. You ain't even number 1. How do you even know? Man, get the... Y'all motherfuckers is whack. Whack as hell. Anyways, so your Jesus can't be an angel. He's just like everything to you guys. He's like the seed of David, but then yet he's the son of God, yet he's a fucking angel, yet he was made lower, less than the angels. Like, what is he? He's made above them, but below them, but he is them, but he's a fucking human, but he was 3 human, 4 humans, whatever the hell you guys say. Like, what is the matter with you guys? What the fuck is... Dude, you guys are just straight brain dead. I don't even... Fuck, man. For real? God damn. Angel of death. Angel of death. Madness. Do you fucking hear this shit?
Kill the people.
And not kill the people, man.
That's why it was told them that they better not leave that house.
You better not leave that house. So it's only fitting that, hey, maybe Lord willing, if we get to that point, maybe that Lord Abaratazai, that'll be the last Passover. That'll be just like the first one. Priest,
okay,
and give him his portion, as it is commanded thee, the first fruits and the trespass offering, and the gift of the shoulders, because the shoulder of like a lamb or of an animal is normally the best part. That's the choice part of the meat. And guess who got it? You gave it to the priests, which were the Levites back in the days. But the Lord made us a nation of priests, man. All right. So now
we're coming into a priesthood, all right? And another thing, these guys, they'll say, well, first of all, you're not supposed to give money. You're supposed to give the shoulder or the bullock and so forth. Well, that's bullshit. You can give money. It's 10% of whatever you possess, man. Because that's what Abraham gave to Melchizedek, which is Yahweh Shai, all right? He said he gave him all that he had. And when you read, I believe it's Genesis 13 chapter, it tells you that.
That's so bad. Okay, so now he's Melchizedek too. Alright. So shape-shifting Jesus, man. Fucking raptor Jesus, I'm telling you. Fucking everybody in their damn reptilian shit, right? They believe because these motherfuckers be injecting DNA in themselves and doing all this like experiments and all this crap, you know what I mean? And they like convinced everybody of this mystery schools around reptilians, you know what I mean? Your precious reptilians, man. That's like what Jesus is, man. You guys, he's fucking shapeshifter, dude. He's a goddamn lizard shapeshifter god. Fucking retarded as fuck. White African space Christ, man. Anyway, so these motherfuckers is talking about tithes. Also that they could get money from people, right? And then they go on to say that freaking they hold on. Let's get a little more and see what they said that Jesus was Melchizedek. Okay,
all the money and riches that Abraham had, among them riches was gold and silver and cattle and so forth, right?
Even Jacob, you know, when Jacob offered unto the Lord, he said, "Look, Lord, everything you give me, I'm going to give you a tenth of it." That's what it
means. Do you know what the word tithe means? It means tenth. A tenth is like that's where Esau got the tax system from. There's a tenth of everything, man. Everything that you get, a tenth of that goes. You know, you build a house, you don't give a tenth of your house. Like your child, you have your first son, that goes to the Lord, man. Which if the priest needs him or a prophet needs him, that your first cow, your first bullock, your first fruit, and then you had a welfare system where the first fruits you would take 90% of that, and the 10th part you would leave out as a hedge for the poor to come and get. So there was really no such thing as a poor person in Israel. They were all able to eat.
They weren't starving. Like in this society, you have people walking around that are derelicts.
Right.
That are,
So these guys, man. These guys. Oh, 10% of everything. Oh, but not in your house. But you got to give the firstborn. These guys don't even know the laws like whatsoever, dude. Oh my god. All right. Yes, you give the 10% of your first fruits and meat and cattle and all that stuff, but you don't give your sons anymore. Like that's not. He traded the Levites for the firstborns, but obviously nobody knows that, I guess. Okay, so we're just going to hit this up real fast, precept after precept. We're going to go over some tithing shit, because obviously these guys are retarded. We're going to go over Numbers 18 and 21. Okay, we're going to start at 21. And what does it say? And to the sons of Levi, behold, I have given every tithe. So you have to be a Levite, to get tithe. And these guys are like, oh, the Lord made us all priests. No, he did not. Because if he did, then why the hell is there priesthood shit going on in Ezekiel 44? Look. The Kahanyam. Sin offerings. Look. Kahanyam, sin offerings. The seed of Zadok. Sprinkle blood. Laws of the altar. Ezekiel 43. Future temple. What the fuck you mean we're all priests? Man, get the fuck out of here, dude. Some dumb shit. Anyways. But in Yasharal, as a heritage in exchange for the service that they perform, the service of the tent of meeting. So because the Levites do the service of the temple, then they get the tithes. Because they don't have an inheritance. So that the children of Yasharal shall not again approach to the tent of meeting to bear a sin to die. So they're not going to approach the tent. Only the Levites approach the tent. The Levite himself shall perform the service of the tent of meeting, and they shall bear their iniquity, an eternal decree for your generations. And among the children of Yasharal they shall not inherit a heritage. For the tithe of the children of Yasharal they shall raise up to Yahweh as a gift, have I given to the Levites as a heritage. Therefore have I said to them, among the children of Yasharal they shall not inherit a heritage. So see, look. Speak, and then Yahweh spoke to Masha, saying, to the Lawai you shall speak, and you shall say to them, when you accept the children of Yasharal, the tithe that I have given you from them as your heritage, you shall raise it up from a gift to Yahweh, a tithe from the tithe. Your gift shall be reckoned for you like grain from the threshing floor, and like the ripeness of the vat. So shall you too raise up the gift of Yahweh from all your tithes that you accept from the children of Yasharal, and you shall give it from it a gift to Yahweh, to Aharawan the Kahan, or Aaron the priest. From all your gifts you shall raise up every gift of Yahweh from all its best part, in sacred part from it. So, okay, when everybody gives a tithe, right, of everything that they have, you give a tithe, you give it 10%, okay? Whatever crop you had, or if you just had money, or if you had whatever you had, okay, if you gave that 10% to Yahweh, so because really you're giving it to Yahweh, and then Yahweh turns around and he says, okay, now the Levites get it, because that's the inheritance that I gave to them, because they get no land, they get no inheritance like the rest of the tribes. There's 12 tribes, and then Levites like ascended above them. There's like the 13th tribe, and that's Levi, because they're like above tribe status. They're the inheritance. Yahweh is their inheritance. The tithe is their inheritance. The temple servants is their inheritance. So they get the tithe. And among that tithe, they have to give a tithe to Yahweh, and Yahweh gives that to Aaron and his sons, who are the priests. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process, man. The best of the best of the best. It goes, you whittle it down, whittle it down, whittle it down. You shall say to them, when you have raised up its best from it, it shall be considered for the Lawai like the produce of the threshing floor and like the produce of the vat. You may eat it everywhere, you and your household, for it is a wage for you in exchange for your service in the tent of meeting. You shall not bear a sin because of it when you raise up its best from it. And the sacrifice of the children of Yashar, you shall not desecrate, so you shall not die. Okay, so that's their inheritance. That's what the Levites eat. That's how they got grain to make bread and all this stuff. That's how they got everything. That's how the Levites survived, is because everybody would give 10% to the Levites because the Levites spent the whole time doing the temple service. Do you know how detailed the temple service is? You know, God, man. Anyway, so it only goes to the Levites and that they were doing the temple service. We don't have a temple right now and the Levites aren't active. So, you know, I mean, we may be teaching or whatever. Some of us may be Levitical that are teaching the temple either falsely or truly. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but we don't accept tithes right now. You can't accept tithes because that you have to give that to there's no tithing, okay? There's no tithing. There's no sacrifices. There's no holidays, holy days. There's none of that shit right now, dude. Have you guys not read Hosea 3, 4, and 5? Or chapter 3, verses 4 and 5. I'm just so done with this already. Like, everybody is brain damaged or something. Okay, so for many days the children of Yashar will sit with no king, no officer, no sacrifice, no pillar, no ephod, no taraphim. Afterwards, so we don't have shit, okay? Afterward, the children of Yashar will return and seek out Yahweh their power and Dawad their king. So that's who we're supposed to be seeking, Dawad, okay? And Yahweh. Above all, the Wad is like the prince, but then Yahweh is above all, above everything. Yahweh is the King, Lord of Lords. Okay, so we seek Him, and then secondary we seek the Wad, and they will tremble for Yahweh and for His goodness in the end of days. So that's what we're supposed to be doing, trembling for Yahweh and His goodness, not some freaking idol, not none of this shit, man. Okay, all right. So let's get another one. Let's get Leviticus 27 and 30. Let's keep it going because I want to get as much as I can in. I want to at least tear up GMS and then we'll pick it back up and finish off sicarii and Judas. Because I'm not going to fit it in and all this. I already know I'm not. And you're going to probably have to wait for that one to come out later on tonight because I got to wait for this one to load first and then I can record again. Any tithe of the land, of the seed of the land, of the fruit of the trees belongs to Yahweh. It is holy to Yahweh. If a person shall redeem some of his tithe, he shall add his fifth to it. Any tithe of cattle or of the flock, any that passes under the staff, the 10th one shall be holy to Yahweh. He shall not distinguish between good and bad, and he should not substitute for it. If he does substitute for it, then its substitute shall be holy. It may not be redeemed. Okay, then it and its substitute shall be holy. So if you substitute one out, then it becomes holy. There's laws. There's laws to like redeeming the animal. Like let's say you had an animal and it started off good, but then it grew a blemish or something happened to it, and you want to redeem it. You know what I mean? Like you see, there's different laws for that. But basically, the 10th of everything, all right, goes to Yahweh, which then goes in turn to the Levites. Now let's go to Deuteronomy. First, let's get 12. Deuteronomy 12, because this links in with everything that we're talking about. Deuteronomy 12. Let's see. These are the decrees and the ordinances that you shall observe to perform in the land of Yahweh to your power, the power of your forefathers has given you, to possess it all the days that you live on the land. You shall utterly destroy all the places where the nations that you are driving away worshipped their gods, on the high mountains and on the hills and under every leafy tree. So we're going to have to do that again. Destroy every idol. Get rid of everything. You shall break apart their altars. You shall smash their pillars and their sacred trees. Shall you burn in the fire? Their carved images you shall cut down, and you shall obliterate their names from that place. You shall not do this to Yahweh. You shall not do this to Yahweh your power. Rather, only at the place at Yahweh your power will choose from among all your tribes to place His name. There you shall seek out His presence and come there, which is Yahweh Shalom. And there you shall bring your burnt offerings and your feast offerings, your tithes, what you raise up with your hand, your vow offerings and your free will offerings. Okay, everything, all right. And the firstborn of your cattle and your flocks, You shall eat before Yahweh your power, and you shall rejoice with every undertaking you and your household as Yahweh your power has blessed you. You shall not do like everything that we do here today. You see that? Oh, it's going to be like the old Passover. Blah, blah, blah. You shall not do like everything that you do here today. Rather, every man what is proper in his eyes. For you will not yet have come to the resting place or to the heritage that Yahweh your power gives you. So this is what's proper in your eyes right now, because that's what you guys think too, that it's proper in your eyes. You're not going to do that. They only did that for a certain amount of time. Then after that, we had to go to his place. But now we don't have anything. So you can't do shit. And you shall cross the Jordan and settle the land of Yahweh your power causes you to inherit, and he will give you rest from all your enemies that are around you, and you will dwell securely. And it shall be the place where Yahweh your power will choose to rest his name. There you shall bring everything that I command you, your burnt offerings, your feast offerings, your tithes, what you raise up with your hands, and the choicest of your vow offerings that you will vow to Yahweh. You shall rejoice before Yahweh your power, you, your sons and your daughters, your slaves and your maidservants, and the Lawai who is in your cities, for he has no share and inheritance with you. Beware for yourself lest you bring up burnt offerings in any place that you see. All right, fucking assholes. Rather, only in the place where Yahweh will choose among one of your tribes, there shall you bring up your burnt offerings, and there you shall do all that I command you. All right, so there, however, and if your soul desires that you may slaughter and eat meat according to the blessings that Yahweh your power will give you in all your cities. So if you want to eat meat, though, then you could go ahead and butcher a cow or whatever and eat the meat. But you shall not eat the blood, you shall pour it upon the earth as water. In your outlying cities you may not eat the tithe of your grain and your wine and your oil, the firstborn of your cattle, of your flocks, and all your vow offerings, okay, that you vow, and your free will offerings, and what you raise up with your hands. Rather, you shall eat them before Yahweh your power, in the place that Yahweh your power will choose, you, your son, your daughter, your slave, your maidservant, and the Lawai who is in your cities. And you shall rejoice before Yahweh your power in every undertaking. Beware for yourself, lest you forsake the Lawai all the days on your land. See, when Yahweh, so you could eat meat regular. Yes, you could kill a cow. We could go to the butcher and get a cow and get some meat and eat it. But if you're going to offer something to Yahweh, or if you're going to do tithing or anything like that, that shit has to go to Jerusalem, dude. And it says what? When Yahweh your power will broaden your boundary, as he spoke to you and said, I would, and you say, I would eat meat, for you will have a desire to eat meat. In your heart's desire may you eat meat, right? To your heart's desire may you eat meat. Okay, so that's not a command. Vegetarianism is not a freaking law. I don't know where, because I've been seeing this a lot on Facebook and shit. I don't know where all these vegetarians are coming from. This is madness. And even if you want to do vegetarians and fruits and vegetables and all that shit's GMO anyway, yo. Even the seeds that you bought to plant your plants are GMO. So I don't want to hear no, blah, 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 everything's damn defiled, okay? So you might as well eat meat that's clean for you, that the non-forbidden foods, anything that's clean that are within the laws of Yahweh, eat it. Okay, so what does it say? As long as you know that there's, for a fact, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people, McDonald's be putting babies in their burgers and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, like for regular meat, if you go to the store and get some meat, you know, I'm pretty sure it's okay. You know, just try to do the best you can, okay? I'm sure come on, man. Think logically. For you will desire to eat meat. If the place where Yahweh your power will choose to place his name will be far from you, you may slaughter from your cattle and your flocks that Yahweh has given you, as I have commanded you, and you may eat in your cities according to your heart's entire desire. Even as the deer and the hart are eaten, so may you eat it, the contaminated one and the pure one. You may eat it together. Only be strong not to eat the blood, for the blood it is the life, and ye shall not eat the life with the meat. You shall not eat it. You shall pour it onto the ground like water, and you shall not eat it, in order that it be well with you and your children with you, when you do what is right in the eyes of Yahweh. Only your sanctities that you will have on your vow offering. So see, look, if you got a deer, okay, if you desire to eat meat, all right, But if you want to slaughter your cattle, but you're way too far away, it's okay. You could slaughter your cattle, and because there's a difference between the clean and the unclean, all that stuff. So you could, as in like a blemished animal and stuff, you could eat the blemished animal, or you could eat the clean animal. It's okay. But you know, when it comes to the vows and the offer, if you just want to eat meat, that's fine. Okay, you could do that. Within your cities, you could do all that. But only your sanctities, when you sanctify something that you will have, and your vow offerings shall you carry and come to the place Yahweh will choose. You shall perform your burnt offerings, the flesh and the blood upon the altar of Yahweh, your power, and the blood of your feast offerings shall be poured upon the altar of Yahweh your power, and ye shall eat the flesh. Safeguard and hearken to all these words that I command you, in order that it shall be well with you and your children after you forever, when you do what is good and right in the eyes of Yahweh your power. And you guys don't do that. 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 You guys are fucking retarded. Man, you guys are just fucking shit. Oh, look at what you guys do. 13:1. The entire word that I command you, you shall observe to do. You shall not add to it, and you shall not subtract from it. Damn retards, man. Come on now. These are plain and simple, man. Look, you shall tithe the entire crop of your planting, the produce of the field, year by year, and you shall eat before Yahweh your power in the place that he will choose to rest his name there. The tithe of your grain, your wine, your oil, and the firstborn of your cattle and your flocks, so that you will learn to fear Yahweh your power all the days. If the road will be too long for you, so that you cannot carry it, because the place that Yahweh your power will choose to place his name there is too far from you, for Yahweh your power will have blessed you. Then you may exchange it for money. So it's only if the shit that you grew, or the shit that you were, your cattle or whatever, it's only if it's too much for you to carry. Only if you have to make a far-ass journey and you're like, man, I can't do that. There's a chance that they may die or something. You know what I'm saying? Then you can exchange it for money. Okay? Then you can exchange it for money, wrap it up the money in your hand, and go to the place that Yahweh your power will choose. What, stay in your little ass house with your woman? No, jackass. You may spend the money for whatever your soul desires, for cattle, flocks, wine, for alcoholic beverage, anything that your soul wishes. You shall eat it then before Yahweh your power and rejoice, you and your household. You shall not forsake the Lawai who is in your cities, for he has no portion or inheritance with you. See, and at the end of 3 years, you shall take out every tithe of your crop in that year and set it down within your cities. Then the Lawai can come, for he has no portion or inheritance with you. And the proselyte, who's the proselyte then? And the orphan and the widow who are in your cities, so that they may eat and be satisfied, in order that Yahweh your power will bless you in all your handiwork that you may undertake. Man, so see, these are tithing laws. Not what you guys fucking say, man. That shit's madness. And then you guys say, oh, the firstborns are Yahweh's. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, check this out. Let's go to Nehemiah. Let's go to Nehemiah real quick. Let's go to Nehemiah 10 and 34. Firstborns, huh? Alright. Man. Alright, it's on the other page. For the arranged bread and the meal offering, okay, of the daily continual offering and the continual burnt offering, the Shabbat offering and the new month offerings, and for the festival offerings, and for the holy things, and for the sin offerings to atone for Yashral, and all the work in the temple of our power, we cast lots for the wood offering among the Kahanyam, the Lawai, and the people, to bring it into the temple of our power, the temple of the forefathers, at appointed times, year by year, to burn on the altar of Yahweh our power, as it is written in the Torah, the 3 festivals, the tithing, the all that stuff, okay? And we accepted upon ourselves to bring the first fruits of our ground and the first fruits of all the fruit of every required tree every year by year to the holy temple of Yahweh, and to redeem the firstborn of our sons and our animals as written in the Torah, and to bring the firstborn of our cattle and our flocks to the temple of our power, to the Kanyam who serve in the temple of our power. So we only bring the firstborn of the cattle and the flocks. We redeem the firstborn of our sons. Like, we pay a tithe for that. We pay a tithe for all our sons, for the males and for the females. We pay tithes on that. I'm going to get that. But the firstborns belong to you. Levi got substituted for that. I'm going to get that too. Let's go 12 and 44. Nehemiah 12 and 44. On that day, men were appointed over the chambers that were for the storage of the teramum offerings and for the first fruits and the tithes. Okay, now that is what these are, the priest cells. Okay, the priest cells. It actually goes all the way around. This is like the extendo transformer temple, man. But they go all the way around. The building is surrounded by that. You know what I'm saying? By the chamber, the priest cells. You've seen it. I've showed plenty of times, but I'll get it out probably by the time I make part 2, or maybe even if I have to do a part 3. But anyway, they'll be back in a couple days. I'm going to Brother Yohanathan's tomorrow, so I'll get my shit back tomorrow. I might even drop some new ones. Kept watch for their power. Okay, so look, ordained by the Torah, right? So look, first fruit and the tithes which gather from the fields around the cities, portion ordained by the Thawara for the Kanyam, and who were stationed in the temple, who kept the watch for their power and watch of purity. The watch of purity, man. And the singers and the gatekeepers, and the commandment of Dawad to Solomon his son, as the command. So the singers and the gatekeepers. So there's gatekeepers, singers, and there's the watchmen. And when you're in the temple, you're warring. You're at war, man. Even shit. Anyways, let's keep it going because I wanted to get a few more things, man. Let's go to 13 and 5. And what does it say? He prepared a large chamber for Tobiah, where he had formerly stored the meal offerings, the frankincense, and the utensils, and the tithes of the grain, the wine, the oil, which were ordained for the Lawai, and for the singers and the gatekeepers, and the Tarama offerings for the Kahanyam. So he wasn't in Jerusalem at the time for that, but that's what was going down. And let's get 12 through 13. Let's go jump down. All of Judah then brought the tithes of the grain and of the wine and of the oil to the storehouses. I appointed as treasurers of the storehouses Shalamiah the Kahan, Zarakwa the scholar, and Phadiah of the Lawai, and to assist them Hanan the son of Zakar, the son of Mattaniah, and they were considered trustworthy. It was their duty to apportion the shares to their brethren. So then they have, there are treasurers of the storehouses or the priest cells that distribute everything to everybody. See, remember me, O my power, for this, and do not disregard my kindness. So Nehemiah is even like, oh man, remember that I did this and I restored everything to its rightful place. I'll do the same prayer, man, because obviously nobody else is trying to do what was prophesied of the Zadokites, that in Ezekiel 44, 23 and 24, it says, they shall instruct my people concerning the differences between the holy and the ordinary. They shall inform them of the differences between the contaminated and the clean. Concerning a disagreement, they shall stand in judgment and shall adjudicate them according to my laws. They shall safeguard my teachings and my decrees regarding all my appointed times, and they shall sanctify my Shabbats. You know? Okay, so let's keep it moving, man. I might only have 10 to 20 minutes left, and I really wanted to get through GMS before all of this shit. I really didn't want to spend too much time. Okay, Exodus 13 and 2, we're going to prove that the firstborns that come of the matrix or the womb are now Yahweh, or that they were traded for the Levites. So we're going to go 13 and 2. Well, let's just get one. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, sanctify to me every firstborn, the first issue of every womb among the children of Yasharal, of man and beast is mine. Okay? So that's when he made the decree. So he made the decree, every firstborn is mine. Okay? Now let's jump down to verse 11. And it says what? And it shall come to pass when Yahweh will bring you to the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you and your forefathers, and he will have given it to you. Then you shall set apart every first issue of the womb to Yahweh, and of every first issue that is dropped by livestock that belongs to you. The males are Yahweh's. Every first issue donkey you shall redeem with the lamb or kid. If you do not redeem it, you shall axe the back of its neck. And you shall redeem every human firstborn among your sons. So see, that's the redemption. You got to redeem the firstborns. So and it shall be when your sons will ask you at some future time, what is this? You shall say to him, with a strong hand Yahweh removed us from Mitzrayim, or Egypt, Mitzrayim, from the house of bondage. And it happened when Pharaoh stubbornly refused to send us out that Yahweh killed all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, Mitzrayim, and from the firstborn of man to the firstborn of beast. Therefore I offer to Yahweh a male first issue of the womb, and I shall redeem all the firstborn of my sons. And it shall be a sign upon your arm, and an ornament between your eyes, for with a strong hand Yahweh removed us from Mitzrayim. And see, and they take that to do this, the Jews take that and they put that little cube on their fucking head. Cube. Mr. Cube Guy. Trying to say an incense altar is a cube. How the fuck is a rectangle a goddamn fucking square cube? How retarded. Anyway, but so they put the cube on their forehead. And that's why. It's because they got cube on the mind. It's because he learned from the Jews. The cube on the mind, and then they put the tefillin or whatever, they wrap that like black shit around their arms. It doesn't mean that. It means on your arm, man. That's on your hands. You're supposed to have the Torah constantly, and a sign upon your arm. You're supposed to have your shield and your sword constantly, if you all know what that means. And an ornament between your eyes. You're supposed to have this constantly reading in your mind, reading it and having it in your mind, thinking about it, having it on your heart, which is your mind, not some fucking organ that pumps blood. That's what's up. Anyways, let's keep going because I wanted to finish this off. So that's the redeeming of the firstborns. But then what happens? Let's keep reading because we're barely in Exodus 13, okay? Then we go to Exodus 34. Okay. Then what happened? Exodus 34, and we'll start at verse 18. You shall observe the festival of matzos for a 7-day period. You shall eat matzos as I commanded you at the appointed time in the month of spring, not February. For in the month of spring you went forth from Mitzrayim. Every first issue of the womb is mine, as well as any of your livestock that produces a male, the first issue of an ox or a sheep, the first issue of a donkey, you shall redeem with the lamb or a kid. If you do not redeem it, you shall axe it the back of its neck. You shall redeem every firstborn of your sons. They shall not appear before me empty-handed. So there goes the empty-handed thing. We always got to come before Yahweh with something. Okay, now let's go to Numbers. Numbers 8 and 14. Let's get what happens. Let's keep getting. We're not done yet. We're almost done, though. And then I'm going to have to record another one because I'm not done yet with chopping that ass. So shall you separate the Lawai from among the children of Yashar, and the Lawai shall remain mine. See? They shall, look, the Lawai shall lean their hands upon the head of the bulls. You shall make one sif offering. Okay, see, you shall stand the Lawai before Aharawan and before his sons and wave them as a wave service before Yahweh. So shall you separate the Lawai from among the children of Yashar, and the Lawai shall remain mine. Okay, let's keep going. Thereafter, the Lawai shall come to serve in the tent of meeting. You shall purify them, and you shall wave them as a wave service. For presented are they to me from among the children of Yashal, in place of the first issue of every womb. The firstborn of every one of the children of Yashal have I taken them to myself. For every firstborn of the children of Yashal became mine, a man and livestock. On the day that I struck every firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, I sanctified them for myself. And I took the Lawai in place of every firstborn among the children of Yashal. Then I assigned the Lawai to be presented to Aharawan and his sons from among the children of Yashal to perform the service of the children of Yashal in the tent of meeting, and to provide atonement for the children of Yashal, so that there will no longer be a plague among the children of Yashal when the children of Yashal approach the sanctuary. So see, right? Man, come on, guys. And Masha and Aharawan and the entire assembly of the children of Yashal did to the Lawai according to everything that Yahweh had commanded Masha about the Lawai. So did the children of Yashal do to them. So this is they are sanctified as the firstborn now, man. That's why we pay tithes, man. They're the firstborn. We got to redeem the firstborn and give tithes to the Lawai because they are the firstborn instead of giving the firstborn to Yahweh. Come on, man. All right, and what is the age? Check it out, and then you give different tithes for the different age groups. Numbers 3, like I was talking about, I've gone over this before. Numbers 3, 11 and 15. Actually, this still has to do with the Levites, but I'm going to get to that whole. Yahweh said to Moshe, saying, Behold, I have taken the lawai from among the children of Yashar in place of every firstborn, the first issue of a womb among the children of Yashar, and the lawai shall be mine. For every firstborn is mine. On the day that I struck down the firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, I sanctified every firstborn of Yashar for myself, from man and beast, and they shall be mine. I am Yahweh. So there it is again. He redeemed them. He redeemed them. Verses 41 through 51. What does it say? It says, You shall take the lawai for me, I Yahweh, in place of every firstborn of the children of Yashar, and the livestock of the lawai in place of every firstborn of the animals of the children of Yashar. And Moshe counted, as Yahweh had commanded him, every firstborn of the children of Yashar, and every firstborn male according to the number of their names, from 1 month of age and up, according to their numbers, was 22,273. So there's the month one. So from 1 month of age and up. So you start getting counted as an official person when you're a month up. You're a newborn still. You're in a different age bracket. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Take the lawai in place of every firstborn of the children of Yashar, and the livestock of the lawai in place of their livestock, and the lawai shall be mine. I am Yahweh. And as for the redemption of the 273 of the firstborn of the children of Yashar, who are in excess of the lawai, you shall take 5 shekels, or shekals, each according to the head count, and a sacred shekal you shall take, and the shekal is 20 gerahs, and you shall give the money to Aharon and his sons as redemptions to the additional ones among them. So, of course, you're going to have more firstborns than there are Levites, so then you're going to take whatever excess money there is and pay shekals for it, according to the number of the age groups, and then give that. And it says, what else? Where else are we going to? I guess that's good for now. Well, I guess we could get Leviticus 27 real quick to get the age brackets. Like I've hit this multiple times, but I like to hit it every once in a while just to let people know what the real age brackets are. Leviticus 27. Oh, schlock. I was on 17. Leviticus 27, 1 through 8. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yashar, and say to them, If a man articulates a vow to Yahweh regarding a valuation of living beings, the valuation of a male shall be for someone 20 years to 60 years of age. The valuation shall be 50 silver shekels of the sacred shekel. So see, there's that sacred shekel. If she is female, the valuation shall be 30 shekels. And if from 5 to 20 years of age, so there's one bracket from 20 to 60, and then from 5 to 20, the valuation of a male shall be 20 shekels, and for a female 10. And if from 1 month to 5 years of age, so there's another bracket from 1 month old to 5 years of age, the valuation of a male shall be for 5 shekels for silver, and if a female, valuation shall be 3 silver shekels. And if from 60 years and up, if for a male, the valuation shall be 15 shekels, and for a male, 10 shekels. So then there's 60 and up. But if he is too poor for the valuation, then he should cause him to come stand before the Kohan, and the Kohan should evaluate him according to what the person making the vow can afford, should the Kohan evaluate him. So this is the vow offering. If you want to make a vow, it's the sacred shekal, and you give certain vows for the certain age groups. And then you give tithing for the age groups, and there's just a bunch of different laws. And we can't follow none of these right now because we're not even in our land. And so all these assholes talking about pay money and do this and do that are freaking retarded and are just scamming people. So yeah, and then they try to use the whole Melchizedek thing, which Melchizedek is Michael, the archangel. Oh shit, we still have things to go over. Man, I don't know if we're gonna have time for this shit. Okay, well that was it for this. I still wanted to go over another video from them, which is the what is this? What's the damn name? Open Open forum number 3, it's the one that's done after the one we just watched. Open forum number 3. We're going to hit that one. Then we're going to hit up Miscreants Part 2. I just want to get this little tiny part from it. And then we're going to hit up Sicarii for a couple of things. And then we're going to go hit up Judah. So stay tuned, Yasher all. This is only part 1. We're going to come back with more. But we went over tithing, age groups, Levites. We went over Angel of Death. We went over Passover, the 3 pilgrimages. We hit up a bunch of stuff. We hit up a few things. So we're going to get more, though, for sure. We're going to talk a little bit about GMS Chicago, as well as Zion Lex versus Shaka and Lexwell, who has shamed himself in front of all the congregation by shaving his face. So, so that's part 1 of the Rebuke, the open Rebuke. I'm not really sure what I'm going to title it, but basically that's what it is. So stay tuned for parts 2, possibly part 3, So, but anyways, with that, shout out to all the sincere brothers, the Akyam wa Akwath, brothers and sisters, and Kahala Yahweh Zaba'awat Akkad, Shema Yasher All, Yahweh Alahayana, Yahweh Akkad, right, which is listen or hear, Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one. Barak Hashem Yahweh, which is blessed the name of Yahweh, Ahab Yahweh, which is love Yahweh. Aman, Aman. Shalom.